Now let's talk about vertex form again for a quadratic function. Um, you'll remember vertex form is when it's written like this: a times x minus h squared plus k. Remember that when you read h, you're going to flip the sign because it's x minus h, whereas for k, you're going to keep the sign. So for each of these, we're going to sketch the graphs, clearly showing the location of the vertex. We're also going to state the domain and range. So the first one, um, if there's nothing inside here, pretend that's like x minus 0. Okay, so that's 2 times x minus 0 squared plus 3. So you can say that a should be 2. That's going to be concave up, happy face parabola. And you know hk should be 0, 3, so that's your vertex. Let's graph that quickly. So 0, 3 should be somewhere here. It's happy face, like that. Now the domain and range, you'll remember that for x, it keeps going in both directions, right? You can use any value of x. So x could be any real number. Whereas for the range, you'll notice that the y values only go down to 3, right? So we're going to say y should be greater than or equal to 3. Okay, second example, we have y equals negative 1/3 times x minus 1 squared. We're going to imagine a hidden plus 0 here. That tells us that we have negative 1/3 for a, and our vertex hk is going to be positive 1, 0. Remember to flip the sign for h, but not for k. So a being negative means that's a sad face parabola. Let's draw that. 1, 0, that's over here somewhere. It might look something like this. And the domain and range. Domain is going to be the same. X could be any real number. You just need to, go far enough along the parabola. And for the range, you'll notice that it could be any number up to and including 0, right? Y can't be any higher than that. So y is going to be less than or equal to 0. Finally, we have y is equal to 2/5 times x plus 4 squared minus 5. This one's already written in vertex form, but to make it really, really clear why you flip the sign for h, remember it's x minus h. If you write it as x minus something, that minus something is negative 4. And so a is going to be 2/5. hk is going to be negative 4, negative 5. A being positive means it's a happy face parabola, concave up. So let's draw that. Let's say this is negative 4, negative 5. Here's your vertex. And I actually don't know exactly where it reaches the x-axis, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's just say, roughly speaking, maybe it looks something like this. Domain, x could be any real number. The range, y could be any real number, as long as it's greater than or equal to negative 5. It can't be less than that. So that's your straightforward examples of vertex form. Now let's do two examples where you have to actually find it. Let's call this part A and part B, just so you know that they're two different relations. They're not the same question. For part A, let's say we have x and we have f of x. We're going to ignore the multiples here. Okay, this is from a word problem. We'll just not worry about that right now. So if you look at this table of values, you'll notice that the y values or the function values seem to go up to 18 and then go down. It's also pretty symmetric about 18, right? So if you go one to the right and one to the left, those are both 16. If you go two to the right and two to the left, that's both 10 and so on. So you know that right here should be your axis of symmetry. So that means you know your vertex. Your vertex is going to be 518. So right away we know it should be some a value times x minus 5 squared plus 18. What's a? Well, there are several ways to do it. Probably the easiest way is to pick any point on the parabola and just substitute. For convenience, let's choose 2, 0. Why not? Okay, so 2, 0 means y is 0 and x is 2. We're going to solve this for a. So inside the brackets you have negative 3 squared. Be careful about your multiplication. This is negative 3 times negative 3, which is positive 9. So this is positive 9 times a. Finally, you're going to find that a is equal to negative 2. So your equation for this parabola, f of x is going to be negative 2 times x minus 5 squared plus 18. Let's do part B now. This is based on the graph, and you can see that I've highlighted more points, but you only really need the vertex and one other point. Okay. Vertex here is 4, 3, so let's put that in. Y equals a times x minus 4 squared plus 3. And we're going to substitute any point, which in this case I've highlighted 6, 11. So y is going to be 11, and x is going to be 6. We're going to solve this equation. You'll notice 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 squared is 4, so this is 4a plus 3. You solve this. Let's say we subtract 3 from both sides, divide by 4. You get a is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 times x minus 4 squared plus 3.